having a bit of a tough day today. I met a neighbor from the place where we lived together with my family. Well, with ex and the kids. She's from the same kind of culture and background as I am. She's from one of the Yugoslavian countries. She's been living here for a very long time, so she knows a lot about the system and stuff. The sad part, and this is something I'm gonna try to talk about to warn the rest of the guys. The Netherlands and the paternity. Ooh, if you're a man, this is a really, really tough country. Now, in my case, I did make mistakes, which I deeply regret. And I do know a lot of men who also didn't make any mistakes. They were just accused either of violence or anything like that would be bad for them, of course. So also in my case, I did, like I said, I made a couple of mistakes indeed. I was under the influence of alcohol once, way too much. Twice actually, both times when I really lost my temper, not the control. I had too much alcohol, and then I got charged with an offense only once. The point I'm trying to make in Netherlands, even without anything happening, let's begin with that. When a woman gets pregnant, you have to acknowledge the child before she gives birth. Then the second time, you have to acknowledge the child when obviously you're giving the child a name, and you have to acknowledge that you're a father. Now, what they don't tell you, and you basically have to find all of these things out yourself. It's kind of like you have to be your own lawyer here as soon as you want to be in a serious relationship, even without the kids. You really have to understand this stuff. So the third step is when you actually ask for basically like the rights to custody. So a mother is automatically given custody in Netherlands. A father has to ask for the permission, and then a mother may agree to that or not. So that's one. You really have to know this shit, otherwise it can get tough. Now, let's say in the cases of guys where they didn't do anything bad, they didn't hit anyone or they weren't abusive in any kind of sense, but got accused, and if their story could not be proven, or they weren't smart enough to go immediately to the legal support, find a lawyer, whatever goes on, things get very complicated very fast. Fact is, and this is one thing that makes things easy to see the kids, if you are trying to prove that you're a good father and a good person, they will basically the law demands that you see kids twice a month for 3 days, both times. So that means six days a month minimum. And then you can see them up to 4 times for 3 days a week. Or take them, of course, yeah. Which is good. So you have those rights, even if you're just a father, you didn't make the third step, the third legal step. But I can tell you, if you don't have a lawyer here, anything else and any other organization, they will not listen to what you've got to say. If you have been abused and beaten by your partner, by your spouse, by your wife, they really will not care. Especially if you have ever tried to defend yourself and either pushed back, punched back, whatever it is, slapped back. Like in my case, the first time I fucked up, definitely. But the rest of it was just me, well, both of us, of course, being aggressive to each other, but I was defensive in that sense, loud, just fed up. And yes, of course, with my background and in the previous video, like I explained yesterday. It was long. I had a tough background, tough childhood, so of course I'm defensive, of course I can be loud. But I really have to be pushed over the edges of normal things before I do anything at all. Which means I did allow myself to get slapped or punched many times before without doing anything at all. Like just walked away if I could. Not to mention that, if somebody stands between you and the door, it's hard to leave. It's very hard to stay calm as well. But I'm not excusing myself for whatever I did wrong when I did it. But yeah, you gotta be careful as a dude. In Netherlands, you have no rights. Even if a woman can be really bad and stuff and abusive to the kids, it would be extremely hard to still take them legally. So, guys, please be careful. Protect yourselves at all costs.